Hello everybody, my name is Mind, and welcome back to another Aeroteam YouTube video. And today we've got a different sort of video for you. We've got a showcase of an airport project. And this project is actually being worked on by Natorden, who's joining me in the call today. If you want to
Hello.
introduce yourself, yeah, there you go. There he is.
Yeah.
And he's working on his one-to-one custom airport. This is a completely custom airport. And what airport is it based off exactly?
A mix and mash of different airports, like some inspiration from Schiphol, some from Copenhagen, Kastrup.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm just combining what like features of some airports that I find quite unique.
Yeah, and you can really see that in the style over here. Now, what we're going to be showing you today is not anything part of the airport, really. It's this large warehouse over here because he really wanted to show it off. And we can give you a tour around it. So, of course, you've got the roof, pretty simple, lots of skylights, typical of warehouse, simple pattern going around the side in blue, and then you've got some loading bays over here. We can go on to the inside.
Yeah, the loading bays here, like from the basically freight trucks bringing in the vehicles bring in parts, spare parts, because this warehouse basically a airport storage for parts that needed to fix aircraft or ground vehicles, basically generic airport stuff.
Yeah, a lot of airports, if you don't actually know, have these warehouses on site because when aircraft come in, they normally need maintenance and typically parts need to be replaced. And airlines don't like to have their aircraft sat on the ground for too long periods of time. So instead of ordering the parts, they have them already at the airport really quick. So it's really quick to replace them and get the aircraft back up and flying. Now, the warehouse you've got here, if you want to tell us a bit about the process you took in building it and sort of what your references were and everything.
Yeah. So I was working in a hangar, then I realized like it clicked to me. I used to watch this documentary called Ultimate Airport Dubai.
Oh
And
yeah.
in that episode, they had an episode where they're like repairing an A380, where they had to replace the engine, and I realized, oh yeah, hangars, where did they get their parts to fix the aircraft or vehicles? They need a warehouse that's close by in proximity, so repair times are short and quick. So I proceeded to lay out a plan. So something simple, a box-shaped warehouse, which is quite common. Then from the exterior, like building a design that's not bland but still simple was quite easy. Like I had a reference of, I think I don't remember the building, but it just had simple. It's just not a warehouse, but more like a catering building, but had a blue strand around it. So I took inspiration from for the blue strand. Interior just looked some generic warehouse interiors. Found pictures, made some shelves and some forklifts that are pretty tall.
They are quite tall. Yeah, but you made a really good point with watching the Ultimate Airport Dubai series, because what a lot of that series actually shows you is a lot of the behind the scenes of airports, because a lot of people don't actually realize airports do have a lot more than just the gates and the terminals. They've got hangars, warehouses, catering services, they've got loads of stuff, airport firehouses, everything really. They're like small cities, and these warehouses can be seen dotted like everywhere on an airport. Now, pretty simple with your design. You've got these really cool rafters up at the top. I assume you just sort of made those as custom, correct?
Yeah, I just looked at the thing. One of the warehouse pictures had something like a cross section, like the horizontal and the width and length. So it took some sort of inspiration for that, where they had like some bars had the light, and then above the bars holding lights are supported by the what's it called again, the steel beams on the roof. So yeah, I can't really make the crosses or the diamond shape for that give the beams the strength. So I just made something that looked sort of complex, but it's actually quite simple.
Yeah, which is a perfect way of doing that. And then down on the bottom, warehouses are normally actually quite clean places because that's part of workers' safety. And so you have just one block of color really for the bottom, which is the light gray concrete, and then you also have the yellow wool that runs along all of the zones of the hangar in the front, and then you have all of these racks, loads of racks, too many racks maybe. And then how did you make these racks? Because these are blue and orange. Is there a specific reason why you chose those colors?
Yes. They're actually quite like so different shaped, colored racks. Some of them are yellow and white. Some are blue. Some are orange. Like had the shelves. These shelves are orange. So I actually like the blue and orange color scheme because it made the thing. It like gave color and depth to the warehouse and not something that's bland.
Mm-hmm. It does. It does, because otherwise this would just be a completely gray warehouse, and that would be a bit on the boring side, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And then right down in the front by here, we have this room right here, which is sort of just a
Just maintenance and to check around.
Yeah,
operations
room.
Yep.
Which is pretty simple. Most warehouses have these. In fact, some warehouses even have an entire office building stitched to this side. However, I don't really think this one.
That's actually planning to build an office building just outside where you saw this red outline out here. It's just a planning phase. Still needs more thought on it because
I have to have a lot. The hole.
Yeah, the outline
in the room. Yeah.
Yeah.
Similar to how you've got the office building attached to the hangar over here.
Yeah.
Which looks pretty cool. Back on the inside, you of course have these small bollards on the side of each rack, and then the racks are just populated with a bunch of random blocks. You didn't really decide to do any sort of specific organizing for the racks, did you?
I did some down here, like some special stuff like wheels on some racks or some small boxes and stuff. Yeah.
And this is similar to real life, correct? Where you have the all the parts stored here.
Yeah, close to each other. I really like Minecraft's limitations don't really give you a whole set of blocks to make a different shelving, so I just took the boxes, made it look simple. And some sections have special racks. Some racks are empty to give it like the where it's actually in use and not just filled up.
Like
you can also see that with like I even put some forklifts like picking up some cargo, some actually carrying extra, like another type of forklift carrying wider cargo, so to give some bit of life to the building. Yes,
very good. Always a keen attention to detail, which really helps make your builds a lot better, because when you just have those simple things, it takes your builds from good to great, and I mean, it gives them a lot of life. And then over at the other end, you have some special stuff down here in terms of
something
the design.
These are I want this open space like for the pieces that really can't fit in a shelf, like some jet engines or APUs. So I had to give them like a dedicated zone. That's what you see in front of you. Like the blue things are APUs in the casing or plastic cover, and these engines are just here waiting to be put in an aircraft. I tried making two separate type of engines, something like for the smaller aircraft and something for the longer range aircraft. But at this scale, you really can't detail what
the scale is the same.
I just made buttons to make sure some difference.
Oh, and you actually have an aircraft. If we can go into the hangar, a aircraft that is receiving an engine maintenance over here, the 767.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm actually not quite finished this area, so I plan to add more detail, like some. I don't know what they're really called, but the things around the planes, like
I'll
just call it scaffolding. Yes, scaffolding. I thought they'd have a different name than that, but yeah, some scaffolding around the aircraft, like it's undergoing a maintenance check. And they're the same thing, the 737 down there. But then
over there,
its day shall come. I'm quite busy because like this is a one-man project, so it's
you're
quite a lot of work.
Quite a lot of work, but it's also quite good work, and it looks super good. And so the parts would come through from the hangar or from the warehouse over there.
I made a separate entrance here, like for like a ramp. There's a ramp down here. It's like an engine. You really can't load an engine into a truck. You just tug it around, and also some place here to carry the cargo into the different sections of the airport, because fully tugging cargo around the airport in an open field can be quite expensive.
Mhm.
especially if a plane ends up using its jet blast to knock it off the trailer.
Yeah, exactly. And then over here in the corner, you also have some unused forklifts right here.
Yeah.
Pretty simple. That's pretty much it, isn't it? Anything else to add for this?
I may add some more structures in this empty gray spot because
Yes.
but thinking about it, what I'm going to do there is quite hard because I really don't know what I really like. A generic warehouse has something simple, has basically full of these racks. They don't have special dedicated zones for different parts that like special cargo. So
Mhm.
I'm trying to look up, trying to find references of what type of cargo an airport warehouse has, but it's quite hard to find out.
Yeah, it is. Which is why that Ultimate Airport series was actually super good because it gets you a
Yeah,
bit behind the scenes and allows you to see a bunch of that stuff.
like even finding information on these engines was quite difficult. I had to find like I found engine. I had to Google some random stuff. Engine warehouse. It just brought me car engines. So I actually put some car engines out here. If you see these black wool stuff, they represent spare engines in case the truck's engines have reached its life.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I ended up having to be very specific. So airport airplane engine in the warehouse. It was quite still didn't bring up the results, but luckily I think one picture was enough. Then it opened up a whole section of more pictures. That's how I got this idea for making them like this.
Mhm. Mhm. Well, that's pretty cool. So that should be about it for the entire warehouse, would it?
Yeah,
All right, awesome.
yes, yeah,
Well,
that's all I guess.
thank you for joining me, and thank you everybody for watching. My name's Mind. I was, of course, joined by Natorden. We should hopefully be showing you more of this awesome airport project in future videos, and maybe some other airport projects that other members of the server are working on. We're going to keep up doing these showcases of members of our community and retired Aeroteam members. So if you want to come on the channel and show off one of your builds on the server, feel free to DM me, hit me up, and tell me that you want to do a showcase and make sure it's done. But otherwise, these are super great, super awesome. My name's Mind. You can check us out on all of our social medias, Instagram, YouTube, Discord. Follow us on Twitter as well. Hit up the PMC. Give us loads of diamonds on the planet Minecraft. Anyway, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.